If your life hasn't attracted at least one person who quietly hopes you crash, you're probably not moving fast enough to matter. And I don't mean that harshly. I mean it as a mirror. Because the moment you start making real moves, building income outside a job, investing while your friends are spending, choosing discipline while everyone around you chooses comfort, something predictable happens. People start talking, and not in the way you'd hope. But here's what separates people who eventually build real wealth from people who stay stuck in the same cycle for decades. It's not intelligence, it's not even strategy. It's how they respond when the noise starts. Wealthy people don't avoid opposition. They don't silence it. They don't explain themselves to it. They do something far more powerful. They weaponize it. And by the time this video ends, you'll understand exactly how and why most people unknowingly self-destruct the moment anyone challenges them. If success is your goal and you're ready to level up, make sure you subscribe. Every video is crafted to move you closer to the life you deserve. Number 1. Rich people expect opposition. Everyone else gets ambushed by it. Here's the first mental gap nobody talks about. Average people believe that doing something good will naturally attract support. That if their intentions are right, the people around them will recognize it and cheer. That belief sounds reasonable. It also quietly destroys more financial journeys than any bad investment ever could. Because the reality is this: support follows proof. Before proof exists, all you attract is skepticism. Wealthy people internalize this early. They understand that the moment you stop living like everyone else, you become visible. And visibility always comes with commentary. Not because people are evil, but because your different behavior forces them to confront their own identical behavior. And that confrontation is uncomfortable. So when doubt shows up, when someone rolls their eyes, makes a joke, or asks, "Are you sure about that?" Wealthy people don't spiral. They don't defend. They mentally check a box. Resistance has arrived. That means I'm actually moving. To them, opposition is like wind. No movement, no wind. The presence of friction doesn't signal danger. It signals momentum. And the absence of friction? That's actually the warning sign. Because no reaction means no one's watching. And no one's watching means you're still invisible. Invisibility is far more expensive than criticism. Number 2. Silence is a weapon. Most people never learn to use it. Watch this pattern carefully because it plays out everywhere. The moment someone questions a financially ambitious person, they rush to explain. They write out paragraphs. They justify their decisions. They try to convince someone, who was never going to be convinced, that their plan is reasonable. And in so doing, they reveal the one thing they can't afford to show, that they need permission to continue. Wealthy people don't operate that way, not because they're cold, not because they think they're untouchable, but because they understand something about human psychology that most people skip over entirely. You cannot use logic to dismantle a belief someone didn't build with logic. Most criticism isn't analytical, it's emotional, it's identity-driven, and no argument, however well constructed, addresses an emotional threat. So instead of responding, wealthy people redirect that energy inward. They let silence do what words never could. Silence paired with visible progress reads as unshakable confidence. And confidence that requires no explanation is magnetic. While the average person is composing their response to a comment, the wealthy person is compounding, in the background, quietly, relentlessly. Number 3, criticism is data. The best investors know how to read it. This is where the real separation happens, and most people walk right past it. When someone says that won't work, the surface level reading is they're doubting you. The deeper reading is they're telling you exactly where their own ceiling is. When someone says that's unrealistic, they're not assessing your plan. They're projecting the highest level of risk they personally can tolerate. When someone says you just got lucky, they're protecting a self-image that can't coexist with the idea that consistent effort produces different outcomes. Wealthy people don't hear insults. They hear patterns. They listen for what type of person is pushing back, what they're afraid of losing, and what assumption your success threatens. That's free intelligence. It tells you where resistance clusters. It tells you what beliefs your message is disrupting. And disruption, historically, is where the highest returns live. Think of it like a market signal. Mass skepticism around an idea usually means either the idea is genuinely bad, or it's threatening enough that people need it to fail to protect how they've already been living. Wealthy people learn to tell the difference. Number 4. Controversy is distribution. Attention has no moral preference. This part tends to make people uncomfortable, so let it land slowly. An algorithm doesn't have feelings. It doesn't reward kindness or punish provocation. It responds to one thing only: engagement. Whether that engagement comes from people who love what you're building or from people who want to watch it burn, the math looks identical on the back end. Wealthy content creators, entrepreneurs, and investors understand this. They don't sanitize their message to avoid friction. They don't chase universal approval, because universal approval is actually a sign of a message that challenges nothing and therefore converts nobody. A comment section arguing about whether something is possible is reach you never paid for. A thread of people debating your unconventional move is curiosity disguised as criticism. And curiosity, given time, converts more reliably than admiration. So wealthy people let the noise run. They don't jump in to correct every misreading. They don't manage optics in real time. They direct their energy toward the next move and let the controversy do the distribution work for free. Number 5. Hate is a confession. Once you hear it that way, it stops hurting. Read between the lines of almost any piece of criticism, and you'll find the same thing underneath: a person telling you what they gave up. It must be nice to have time for that. That's someone who chose security over growth and now needs your effort to look naive to justify their choice. You're obsessed with money. That's often someone who was taught that financial ambition is morally suspect, usually because financial abundance felt out of reach. That only works for certain people. That's someone whose identity is built on the belief that external circumstances, not internal decisions, determine outcomes. Wealthy people recognize this immediately. They stop asking, "Why are they targeting me?" and start asking, "Which belief am I threatening right now?" Because people don't actually attack strangers. They attack mirrors. Your discipline reflects choices they didn't make. Your trajectory highlights how long they've been standing still. And that discomfort has to exit the body somehow. So it becomes a comment, a joke, a dismissal. Once you relabel it as projection rather than truth, it loses its ability to slow you down entirely. Number 6. Emotional neutrality is the most underrated competitive advantage in wealth building. Every emotional reaction has a price. Anger costs clarity, defensiveness costs momentum, validation-seeking costs time, and time, unlike money, cannot be recovered, compounded, or borrowed against. Wealthy people aim for a specific internal state, not indifference, not suppression, but neutrality. They observe criticism without absorbing it. They receive praise without becoming dependent on it, because praise is just as dangerous as criticism when it breeds comfort. Comfort kills urgency, and urgency is what keeps execution alive. When no external event can hijack your internal state, something powerful kicks in. Consistency becomes automatic. And in wealth building, consistency is the only variable that reliably compounds over time. Number 7. Results end arguments. Nothing else does. This is the one that matters most. Every debate about whether something is possible ends the moment it's proven. You cannot argue with an outcome. You can question a plan, doubt a strategy, mock a timeline. But once the result exists, the conversation is over. Wealthy people understand this so deeply that they stop seeking validation mid-process entirely. They don't announce the vision to people who'd need to see it to believe it. They don't explain the strategy to people looking for reasons to dismiss it. They execute quietly, consistently, and they let time present the evidence. When results finally surface, the critics don't argue. They get quiet. Some disappear. Some act like they always saw it coming. And wealthy people let that happen, without replaying the timeline, without demanding acknowledgement. Because the goal was never to win the debate. The goal was to win freedom. The final truth. Nobody says out loud. You don't build wealth despite the people who doubt you. You build it by outgrowing the need for them to believe in you first. When you stop seeking permission, you start making decisions. When you stop explaining, you start executing. When you stop reacting, you start compounding. If this hit something real, comment the word focused, so I know you're actually playing the long game. Don't forget to share this video with your loved ones, who will get some insights, because one video is enough to give people enough ideas to change their lives. And also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video.